Formula One is back and we're heading to Zandvoort for the final Dutch Grand Prix. It's Max Verstappen's last home race. McLaren arrive with momentum. Mercedes still lead the way, and with a sprint weekend, limited practice and rain in the forecast, there's plenty of potential for chaos. We'll go team by team through the upgrades, championship picture and biggest storylines before asking the big one. Can Max give the Orange Army one final Zandvoort win? Been a few weeks since we've seen the cars back on track. You must be pretty excited about the prospect of a wet track surface.
It has the potential to bring up some chaos for sure. Also looking forward to seeing how McLaren go. We saw they come out with the victory last time out in Hungary. They're bringing part 2 of their upgrades. Not only that, I think, it's been a year since Oscar Piastri last won a race, which was here in Zandvoort. Plus, what else did I see during the week? A stat on Ferrari. Now, any Ferrari driver that has won here in Zandvoort has never gone on to win another Grand Prix. So, Lewis, we are looking for second this weekend. As much as I'd love you to win, second, please.
P2, the safe option.
Yeah.
Don't be jinxed. Don't be jinxed.
Well, maybe win the sprint race. Maybe you could win the sprint race.
Well, that's the thing, yeah.
Technically, people don't recognise the sprint races.
Well,
apparently.
yeah, they're not they're not held in such high esteem, are they? And it is the first sprint race weekend that we've had at Zandvoort. One practice session with potential rain could really spice things up this week. Looks like we're going to get rain over the whole weekend in dribs and drabs, so expect to see the intermediate. I just don't want to be rugged this week. I don't want too much rain where they start red flagging sessions all over the place.
You know what would be good? Wet practice session, dry qualifying.
Yes, that would throw things up quite
That would
nicely.
make a tossed salad of a grid, I reckon.
There we go. That's what we want. A tossed salad grid.
A tossed salad grid.
Pirelli, well, they're bringing the same compounds as they did last year, C2, C3, C4, so middle of the range. Last year, as you mentioned, which I still find hard to believe, Oscar Piastri, his final race victory, pretty much a year ago. Lando Norris, a previous winner the year before that, and Max, I think it was 3 on the trot. And if he gets the win here, he ties Jimmy Clark for 4 race wins at the Dutch Grand Prix. Pretty sure the Orange Army will be looking forward to that one. Mate, let's get stuck straight into it, and we'll just do it as we normally do it by constructors, and that is, of course, Mercedes, Kimi Antonelli, 50-point lead over Lewis Hamilton. Big one for George Russell if he wants to factor in this championship. By the end of Abu Dhabi, mate, he's got to start turning it around.
Well, that's it, eh? His tilt for F1 glory starts this weekend, man. He needs to turn it around. Hopefully he's unlocked some performance over the summer break. But I tell you what, you can't give Kimi a head start because we've seen once he starts running downhill, man, he's going to be hard to catch. I still think he's going to struggle for a little while yet. Mercedes are bringing part 1 of their stepped upgrade. What it is exactly, not 100% sure. With a lot of the teams, we don't really find out until about an hour before FP1 to get exactly what the teams are bringing. But, man, they're going to have to factor, especially with Kimi, man.
Of course.
They're going to be in the mix. It's pretty
100%.
simple.
Look, I keep saying it every weekend. I think the only thing that really stops them at this point is reliability issues. But we get the wet weather this week, potentially, which could definitely throw things in the mix. Do you think George Russell getting engaged over the summer break means he gains an extra 10th or 2?
No. Probably lost a few extra brain cells. What are you doing, George? No, George. No, look.
No, congratulations to George. Good job, mate. Good job.
At least he's winning at something.
That's it. He's just got to bring it to the track now. Bring it to the track. All right, on to Ferrari, of course, second in the championship, or Constructors' Championship, and Lewis Hamilton, P2 in the Drivers' Championship. Now, there are reports that Ferrari are bringing a new floor upgrade this week. That could be interesting.
Yeah, well, look, they're just chasing aero performance, aren't they? And especially around here, aero is massive. It's massive. Plus then, you've got the A Duo update supposedly expected for Monza. So, look, man, at the moment, reliability is their friend. And I think that is going to make them a serious factor in the last half of this championship. What I am excited to see is generally, if we look at past history, Lewis, his second half of the season is always his strongest half of the season. And hopefully he can keep doing what he's doing, man, and put some pressure on young Kimi Antonelli at the front. I think Charles, man, has just got to close the gap to Lewis. I think that's all he's got to worry about at the moment. But I'm expecting them to be good around here as well.
Do you think the track is quite power sensitive?
No, not really. What you do need here is a good aero consistency because you do have the high-speed banked corners, so there's a lot of lateral load on the tyres. So if you don't have a consistent aero balance, you're really going to struggle. And that leads into, we'll get to him, but Sir Max Verstappen. So I actually think they'll be all right here, but I actually think look out for McLaren.
Yeah, just before we get on to McLaren next, obviously we know it's going to be most likely wet, but I haven't looked at the reports of are we going to get a lot of gusty wind, because keep in mind the track is near the beach, basically in the beach, in the dune, so to speak. So gusty winds, if that is accompanied with the wet track, that could be interesting. I guess you can't get any worse for Ferrari like they had here, the result here in 2025, where it was a double DNF. So like you said, it's a P2 for Lewis Hamilton based on that all day. Based on that statistic regarding no more wins after a win for a Ferrari driver in Zandvoort. All right, on to McLaren. And yes, a lot of eyes on McLaren. Good performance last time out. Lando Norris getting the victory. It's the first part of the major upgrade package. No, sorry, that was in Hungary.
Yeah.
You said it was like a part two, basically.
Yeah, so I think this is more like aero refinements. And then there's another part I think is expected in Baku. Look out, man. They're dangerous. And if you give them half a sniff, the way Lando's driving, he is going to be a massive factor here this weekend. Oscar, the more you think about it, you go, right, he hasn't been too bad, actually. But compare him to his teammates since Miami, he's been a few tenths off, especially when it comes to qualifying. I think that's where he really needs to focus at the moment. But I reckon a papaya car might just get the job done with the Orange fans this weekend.
Yeah, I've got a sneaky suspicion that that just may be the case. It looked pretty handy out in Hungary last time with that upgrade package, and if they can bring more performance, you do feel they are in with a massive shot. Hopefully Oscar Piastri can replicate what he did here last year and took the win. So hopefully for a good performance for Aussie Oscar. Now, Red Bull, Max Verstappen hasn't won a race this season. This could be it. Hometown support. Now, we know that the car is tricky in mixed conditions. It's definitely out of the top four teams. It's the one that seems to be far more inconsistent. But I have a feeling with the mixed conditions, if we do get it, it just may bring them into play a little bit.
Well, that's what they need because all things being equal, if the race is dry, like you said, man, you need good aero consistency, and that is one thing that car has been lacking all season long so far. I guess good thing, I think both drivers are bringing a new lid for this weekend, and they got new race suits as well. I don't think Max is in the hunt for a win, but he's definitely going to be he's going to have an extra tenth or two in his back pocket, just being his home race. I think Isaac's going to go right around here as well. Look, they're going to be in the points. Are they going to be enough to trouble McLaren, Ferrari, and Mercedes?
On a dry track, I don't think so, but I think mixed conditions, they may have a chance. They just may have a chance. Hadjar, you got to remember, he got his first podium here for Racing Bulls last year when he broke the trophy, didn't he? And that's the helmet livery as a bit of a nod to that moment, which is kind of cool. As we said before, Max going for his fourth Zandvoort win, which would tie the legendary Jim Clark. Just maybe the last opportunity for Max to race a Formula One car at home. Look, there has been talk potentially about bringing it back on the grid in future years, alternating maybe between another track. But for the foreseeable future, the last opportunity for Max to drive a home race. Well, if I'm going for a smoky, I'm definitely going for Max Verstappen this week, especially if we do get mixed conditions. All right, on to the sister team, and that is Racing Bulls. Still P5 is hot in the Constructors' Championship between themselves and Alpine. I expect big things this week from them. This is obviously the place where Liam Lawson made his first appearance in Formula One, replacing the injured Daniel Ricciardo. Lindblad, I don't think has driven here before. I don't believe F2 or F3 have been here over the last couple of years. I'm sure some big brain can correct me in the comments if I am wrong. Mate, I get the feeling this is going to be business as usual for Racing Bulls.
Ooh, bruh. It's a big call. You're right, though. They've been, since Canada, you would have to say they've probably been the most consistent team on the grid. You've got both drivers pushing each other hard, man, and we've seen just nearly stepping over the mark. So keep it clean, boys. Keep it clean. Look, for me this weekend, man, just keep fine-tuning that package that you've got now. It's mega. You need to execute on both sides of the garage. Look, you would have to say Lawson's probably got a little bit of an advantage here this weekend, given his experience, like you mentioned, Limbo not being here before. They need to get on top of it because I tell you what, Alpine this weekend very well could be nipping at their heels as they are a team that is bringing a package that they have desperately been waiting for. So I tell you what, that is one aspect of the championship I'm really looking forward to for the rest of the season because I think it's going to be super tight between those two all season long.
Yeah, I think you're correct, but I can't count out someone like Audi as well, just being like a pain in the backside for both of those teams and being able to sneak in and get in between them or, take points away. So it's going to be quite an interesting battle for the rest of the season for P5. I'm hoping Racing Bulls can have, you could say, a bit of a repeat of what they had here last year. Hadjar, as I mentioned before, got the podium. Lawson, your turn, buddy. Let's go. Let's get it on the podium. Make it a big one. Make us Kiwi fans super, super happy. All right, now Alpine. As you mentioned, upgrade is expected to come. It's one of the main. I think it's one of the biggest, one of the bigger packages that's coming this weekend as far as teams are concerned.
Yep.
Quite a big, significant aerodynamic package.
They need it.
They do need it
because, they've been struggling, man. The old Enstone team, they've been just on the decline. You'd probably say since Canada when both teams brought their upgrade packages and Racing Bulls went up and Alpine sort of fell away. So be interesting to see. They need to score some points because I think they've only scored points in the last 2 out of 4 races or something like that. So they've been pretty dismal. This is probably a defining package for the season. It needs to work because if it doesn't, we've seen Racing Bulls are just too strong at the moment and they'll romp away with plenty of races to spare, I reckon, if Alpine don't get this right. Big second half of the season for young Franco too, man. He's, he's under pressure, let's be honest, for his seat. There's no two ways about it, especially when you've got Briatore at the helm. Keep that gap close to Gasly, man, and for me, he's done nothing wrong. I think he deserves another shot. But the question is, are these upgrades going to work? And if they are, like I said, Racing Bulls need to stay on top of their game because we've seen, especially in the first part of the season, how strong Alpine was. And given the new regulation set, how easy it is to make 3-4 tenths could quite easily be enough to jump you back ahead of Racing Bulls.
Get the sense that Racing Bulls tend to be more consistent over a variety of tracks, whereas Alpine seem to be a bit more track specific. So maybe they can unlock some performance this weekend. Speaking of who needs to unlock performance, been banging on about this week to week. Haas. I don't know what we're going to do over at Haas. There's no major, upgrade packages have been announced at this point of time. The storyline remains the same to me. It's Behrman versus Ocon. It's Ocon racing for his career the second half of the season. I guess the only positive they can take out is that Behrman was pretty strong here last year. I think he picked up a P6. So if they can replicate anything like that, I think they'll walk away pretty happy from the weekend.
They're not going to replicate that. I can tell you right now. You just toss that in the bin, bro. Nah, look, man, like you said, no upgrades. They just need to figure out why what they've brought hasn't delivered the performance that they've been expecting. You mentioned it, man. Ocon, the noise. Unfortunately for him, I think he is going to be in for a tough second half of this season, man. The noise is going to get louder and louder and louder, especially when you're in a car that's not delivering, but yet your teammate can deliver performance out of a Toyota Camry, let's say.
Whoa, Toyota fans are going to have a go at you, mate.
Well, I just went Toyota because it was
Those Camrys are pretty reliable, I hear.
Well, they have been reliable. It's not that they haven't been reliable
true.
with that. They got the Ferrari donk in the back. So, yeah, man. I think all the pressure is on Ocon. Even in a bad car, man, he needs to try and deliver a performance over his teammate. And even still, I think there's probably not going to be enough.
Drums are beating over there, that's for sure. Yeah, Audi could be a bit of a smoky for me for top 10. By all reports, you've mentioned it plenty of times, I reckon the chassis is pretty good over there. Track just may play into their hands a little bit. Rumours that Bortoleto has signed a multi-year extension. I don't think anything has been made official just yet. But yeah, that's how I see Audi this week. What are your opinions on that one?
No, agree. Keep the thing on the track. Stay consistent. Because at the moment, before a car turns a wheel on the circuit, they're definitely ahead of Alpine at the moment, you'd have to say, over the last few weekends. So they've just got to maintain that, keep improving that package, man. If the updates work for Alpine, I think, unfortunately, Audi might just fall behind. If not, they're definitely in the hunt for points.
A team that I do not think is in the hunt for any points would be a bit of a miracle, and maybe they get it with the mixed weather conditions, and that is Williams. The talk still remains around the big upgrade package for Baku. Still speculation around Carlos Sainz's career. Have you heard anything latest on that? I think it's potentially a one-year extension at Williams. I think the Audi deal may have broken down. Again, speculation.
Talk is he's expected to sign a one-year deal with a significant pay rise on top of that, which is understandable. If you want to keep him, you're going to have to pay to keep him, I would say, because he's definitely poking out the window and seeing what else is around. This is not going to be a track that suits them at all. When we talk consistency, you need that here, and we heard last time out that the car is so inconsistent. Every time they go out and drive it, it's different to every lap. So that's not a good sign, especially around a circuit like Zandvoort. They are in for a long weekend.
Best thing for them this week is they can just maybe pick up some scraps.
I don't even think they're going to be able to do that.
Well, I think it's more along the lines of when I'm talking about scraps, wet weather conditions, yellow flags, gambling, getting lucky with strategy, few cars spinning out, that type of thing. So, but on pure performance, no chance.
Yeah, well, no chance. Alex and Carlos need to stand on the main straight and do a massive rain dance.
Massive. And again, the storyline still remains the same over there for me, as just that little inter-team battle as well. So nothing has changed. Now, as far as back market teams, there's 2 to go, but there's big news covering both of them, or involving both of them. And this is Aston Martin. Now, we've had step 1 of the car upgrades, the chassis, all that type of thing. Now we go and focus on the power unit. Honda, the big PU upgrade is supposedly here. What do you think, mate? What do you think? Is this the turning point? Is Aston back?
They very well could be. Unfortunately for them, I think they're going to take penalties this weekend because of the part of the upgrade is they've changed some battery components for reliability. And on that side, they're due to take penalties. They did have a good shakedown with that new spec engine in Hungary when they did the tyre test. So they got plenty of kilometres under the belt there. So literally it should just be rock up, get the thing set up, and keep building. Yeah, I'm expecting them to be even a little bit stronger, which you would naturally expect because it's going to take a few races to get a handle on the whole package.
Yeah, got to dial it in, right?
Yeah, and now they've got the whole package. I think incremental steps. You never know. I think Alonso might be a shout to do something amazing in qualifying.
Yeah, let's not count him out, huh? Let's not count him out. Well, like you said, it's going to be incremental. So even if they make a pretty decent step this weekend, it'll be then the next following maybe 3 or so weekends that we actually start seeing those incremental steps as they properly get a handle on the whole package and car setup and all that type of thing. So, yeah, definitely a team to be looking out for this weekend. And Cadillac, well, their big story is not on track, it's off track. The sacking of Graham Loudon and the promotion to team principal, I'm going to have to read his name again, Marcin Budkowski.
Welcome back from the summer break, and welcome to a new era in Cadillac Formula One. The decision to make the change was really about the direction of the future and the window of opportunity that we have as a team. We're builders and innovators. We're going to outwork them. Strong leadership is a key. Without any further ado, let me introduce you to the new team principal of Cadillac Formula One, Marcin Budkowski.
It's an honor and a privilege to be team principal of Cadillac Formula One team.
Budkowski.
Polish, right? He's Polish, I think.
Possibly.
Czech Marcin. Probably butchered that. Absolutely butchered it. Don't worry, my wife will let me know. So, interesting, but can they get on top of their technical problems? We're seeing a lot of brake issues, reliability issues. We say it every week, extended test session.
Yep, no, agree. That's basically it, is have they fixed those reliability issues that have struck them down repeatedly? They need to get on top of that. But yeah, the biggest talking point for them will be, like you said, the off-track stuff with the sacking of Loudon. Really, that's basically all I'll talk about for Cadillac this weekend.
All right, mate. Well, predictions for this one could get a bit spicy because of the mix of weather conditions and a few teams bringing upgrades. I still believe I'm winning this championship 8-5. Going to have to go back and have a proper look. Sprint weekends, give us your pole sitter. Give us the podium for both sprint and race.
Oh, we're doing double podium.
Doubles, mate. Double podiums.
All right,
and poles.
Sprint race. Pole, Lando Norris. Sprint podium, Lando Norris, Lewis Hamilton, Kimi Antonelli. Main race on Sunday for pole, I'm going to go Kimi Antonelli. Kimi to win, Lando second. Man, this is tough, bro. Hamilton third.
I was expecting Hamilton again in second place for the feature race, but third's not too bad.
Yeah.
All right, for me, sprint race, pole position, I am going to go with, Lando Norris. Lando Norris wins the sprint, Max Verstappen second, and Charles Leclerc third. And in the feature race, pole position to Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen wins the race. Kimi Antonelli second. Lewis Hamilton third. It's a tough one.
Mate, they can't even drive that Red Bull in the dry. How are they going to drive it in the wet?
I think it's going to be the great equalizer. I think we're going to see the best of Max and collect his fourth win, go equal with Jim Clark for Dutch Grand Prix victories. Well, what about the Smoky and the underperformer?
My Smoky, Charles Leclerc, will be my Smoky this weekend. My underperformer, rinse and repeat, bro. Rinse and repeat.
You're going Ocon, aren't you?
It's going Ocon.
Oh, Esteban. Poor Esteban.
Oh man, look. Unfortunately, I think with the pressure, and when the pressure starts to mount, in a car where he's clearly not happy, it's just going to spiral.
Fair enough. Well, I think the driver that just may surprise and potentially outperform, or at least get a really good result, is going to be. I'm just going to go with Liam Lawson. I'm just going pure bias on this one and pure hope. He's just going to smash it, absolutely smash it. And the guy that potentially underperforms this weekend, I am going to go with George Russell. Yeah.
I agree with you on that one.
I'm going to go with George Russell. I think the pressure is on, potentially overdrives the car, mixed conditions, one little mistake, and it just sort of goes south for him from that point of view. Who knows? Let's see what we get shown over the weekend. So I think we can close it up, mate. I think that's enough jibber-jabbering. I just want to see these cars on track, and if we do get the rain, like I mentioned before, it's not too much where we get hit with the red flags.
Yeah, you just wanted to just greasy enough to make it spicy. Even a mixed conditions where being on the right tyre at the right time makes all the difference. So
yeah, I think we might see a few safety cars, VSCs, and that type of thing. So, final thoughts, dude. Close it up.
Close it up, man. Final thoughts, man. The race to F1 glory starts this weekend.
I thought it started in Melbourne, but anyway, let's go with that.
Well, the second half, the race resumes. The race for F1 glory resumes here in Zandvoort. Look, man, Russell, he needs to fight back. You've got Hamilton chasing that elusive 9th World Championship title. There you go, I said it. No, he's actually chasing his 8th. Are McLaren really back? Big couple of weekends for Red Bull, man, to turn that season around and potentially keep Max Verstappen. I think that is their main goal at the moment. Then you throw in the battle for 5th in the Constructors. Can Lawson help keep Racing Bulls ahead of Alpine? That's really intriguing for me. Plus, there's drivers under pressure, man. It's all to play for. So I think we're definitely in for a hectic 9 out of 11 weekends coming up. So strap in, folks, because I think the run home to possibly Abu Dhabi is going to be an absolute belter. So make sure you like and subscribe. And until then, we will catch you in the next one.
Catch up.